Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The last video, we started making sprites. As you can see, we have our starting point and our end point of a sequence we are going to practically do for demonstrations, right? Okay, so we got copies, right? Got the starting point, here's the copy, alright, so that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so what we're gonna do is go from idle to the endpoint, which is where our character crosses his arms. You don't have to do the sequences, just basically so you can see on how I roll with this thing, you know, this little hobby, whatever thing you'd like to call it. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing we did. We're gonna basically amputate this guy. And we're going to do the same thing again. Okay. Apparently since I erased the color up here. Let's see, from that point it goes right away. Right there, interesting. Okay. So as you can see, we're just taking our sweet time. Excuse me, voice is cracking. It's not like it matters anyway, right? I mean, yeah. Why else would you? So let's see, like that. That. We're gonna place it right here. Let's see what happens. Yeah? And if it doesn't agree too well, then we can always change it, right? Okay. That doesn't mean it's not, though. So, might as well. This. Come on. Grab it. Put it right here. Yeah, that seems about right. Erase this. Go there. Set that down. No, that doesn't look good. So let's just extend the fragment. Or a bit. No, choose your word. Doesn't matter. Much, I guess. And there we go, I suppose. I don't know. Right? Well, what do you guys think? Okay, so there you go, right? Pretty okay, right? And yeah, sort of looks a bit silly, I guess we could say. Not really that. How do we say? Fantastic, I guess we could say. Whatever word you'd like to pick. You know, I'm not one to pick words. They do say to select your words wisely. But that's not the case right now. Right now we must demonstrate on how to do things that are pretty simple. guess, when it comes down to it. Yeah, I think it's just gonna require 4 frames for this one, aka sprites. Yeah, whatever definition you prefer. Frames, sprites. It's basically the same thing at the very end, right? Okay. So let me just finish up here, and then we're gonna make the third one in the sequence. Okay, just add a little bit of detail there, because why not? Always helps. It's appealing to the eye, because why not? And let's see, what do you think there? Fine. Alright, so there we go. Now, since this is basically just going to be 4, at least I think, you can either continue from here, which I recommend, or you can meet in the middle by starting at, or from reversing from the last one. So, we're just gonna see how that plays out. And, we're gonna, yeah, see that, we're just gonna lower it a bit. Okay. Now it looks like this, but just give me a sec, guys. Okay, it's gonna work, I promise you. If it doesn't work, then I will make it work. Okay, that's the whole point. You're basically forcing things with kindness. If anything. Or, you know, however you force things. I mean, I'm sure there's different methods out there. But we're not talking about that, are we? Okay, so hang on. Let me just think for a sec. Okay. What we're gonna do is what we were doing before, or slightly before. And, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let me think as I go. Okay. That seems about right. You know what, we're gonna go for a 5th one. Why not? Okay, so here's the deal with sprites / frames. Okay? The more you have, the more smoother it is, but in exchange for smoothness, it'll take longer to perform, right? Well, you know, I'll explain that a little more later on when we hit this subject. But for now, just keep that in mind, yeah? Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna need one more. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do that. At this point, I guess it's recommended that you grab this one. I don't know. You know, we're just making the sequence again, so you could just see how the method, you know, to do things. You know, yeah, I don't know, you can make your character pimp slap someone else or something, you know. Or who knows, you know, whatever you guys would like your character to do, right? Because, you know, it's up to you. It's up to you. Make him run, make him walk, crawl, walk on his hands, I suppose, if you can. I mean, I find that's a bit time-consuming, but, you know, you desire to do so, then you may. So, yeah. As you can see, we're just using simple methods to create our sprites. Isn't really that difficult, again. Yeah, the reason I'm not doing anything is because I am currently thinking, and I'm a bit undecisive. Okay, we're gonna go right ahead and... is it possible killing enemies? Okay, we're just gonna grab this thing, which is called an arm, or a hand. And we're gonna trim it up a bit, because we're amputating his arm, because we don't like it. We hate it. We're gonna move it like up here. Sound good? Look good, I mean? And then we're gonna make it like that. Like that. Like that. Okay, that seems fine, right? That looks about right. And we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring up the other arm too. Slash hand. Make it like up here. Up here, over here. Over here. Over here, over there, why not? I know it doesn't look like it, but you know, we're trying. It's getting there, at the very least. It's getting there. It's getting up in there. That's all that there is to it, basically. Rawr. That seems about right, right? Right? Okay, there you go. I just need to correct his pants though. Lol. Paste. Cheat method! Paste it over here. Drag the whole sprite. Bring it down here. Make sure it matches. And it should be okay. If it doesn't match, well then make it match. For now. It's up to you. And then I guess it doesn't do anything, I suppose. Now we're just gonna bring this up here, and then we're just gonna color that dark. There we go. And I just spotted an error. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that, shall we? Because, you know, it depends on your eye for quality. That either you notice a little pixel difference or not. But, you know, I tend to be a pixel perfectionist. Try to, anyway. Okay, so there you go, see? There's 5 frames in which where it's idle, and then the endpoint. Okay, so if you don't have a image modifying program, you know, when to animate it, I guess what you could do is just drag this sprite, place it over the one before it, and then just make it solid. Click outside, Control Z, Control Y, Control Z, Y, Z, Y, Z, Y, Z. And then if you're feeling a bit risky, you can well, we're not gonna do that. But you know, if you're feeling a bit risky, you can paste the other ones over. Do it like so, and then like so. Make it and like oops. So I'm pretty sure I didn't make it solid for all of them, but no one. And just put Control Z and Y. See, it starts to change a bit. As you can see, it's a bit animated. Hoorah! Right? Pretty amazing, is it not? Alright. So that's how you pretty much check on this thingy on its own. Just keep in mind your undos, your control Z's are a bit limited, depending on what version you're using. But for now, yeah. So there we go. We assembled it, and well, not really assembled it. I'll like have it done. Get it done. So yeah. And apparently I've been checking the time right now, and I think right now would be a great spot to cut it in order to then have more time in the assembling section, on which we will now demonstrate on how to make GIF images and animations and whatnots, right? So, oh joy. Be sure to pay attention on that part, right? So I will see you then. Bye-bye.